Hey friends, how are you? It is 9:13 here in Arizona, and oh my gosh, y'all, I just cannot believe it. Y'all. I told you my story on Saturday with the dental office, right? Remember that? Oh my gosh, you just can't make this up. But before I get started, I'm Lehilina, your friendly pharmacy influencer. So this morning I got up, I walked the dog, and y'all know Odette, she had her wisdom teeth taken out, so she was sleeping in. And I told her, what time do you want me to get you up for her appointment? So this appointment for today, we'd actually made it 5 months ago, okay? Let me give you a little bit of insight, okay? So y'all know that I'm a prior military spouse. We are a prior military family. When we moved to Arizona, we came here and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do the whole civilian thing. So I originally started with taking my kids and myself to a civilian doctor. And it was like, I don't know, a 25-30 minute drive for us, which was a little bit better than going to the nearest military post. However, we could never get appointments. It was so hard to get appointments. They were like months out, and I'm like, okay, that's not going to work for me. So I decided that we would start seeing the providers on the nearest military post, which is actually a 40 to 45-minute drive, but they can get us in a lot sooner than civilian doctors. So whenever we do have to go see the doctor for just regular checkups or whatever, our family is pretty healthy, so usually it's just the regular checkups, so it's fine. All right, sports physicals, things like that. Well, I had my daughter who was concerned about some acne issues, and so we got a referral to a dermatologist, but a dermatologist in the civilian world, okay? So first of all, when I first made that appointment when I first got the referral, it was, I want to say like in September or October of last year, 2025. The soonest that I could get in to a civilian provider was March of this year. So like September, October, November, December, January, March, like 6 or 7 months. I can't remember if it was September, October. About 6 to 7 months after our appointment at the military clinic, okay? So already Odette was upset about that. She's like, why is it taking so long? I was like, I'm so sorry. That's just the civilian world. There's a lot more people in it than in the military world. So we had our appointment in March. The dermatologist gave her some medications, and my child, she is so religiously dedicated to anything that she does. And she's been doing that every single day. But when we were at that appointment, the follow-up appointment wasn't until today, like 5 months later. So already Odette was like annoyed that it was like a 5-month wait. The doctor said that she wasn't going to see results for about 3 to 6 months anyway, so that gave her skin a chance to, kind of work with the medications and whatnot. So she's been waiting and waiting, religiously using her skincare, her medications, and all that. All right. So over the weekend, they send me emails about, make sure that you post your pictures. Like they have like a patient portal, so you put in like your pictures of your areas of concern, and we'd done that back in March, and then this time it wanted updated pictures, so I took pictures of Odette, put them updated on her patient portal, filled out paperwork. I can't remember. I think that was the only thing. And then it just had me verify that we were still at our same address and things like that. So everything was all set. All right. Well, y'all, this morning, I get a notification reminder that there's still some paperwork that I need to do. And I'm thinking, what are you talking about? I totally did this over the weekend. In fact, I did it before Odette had her wisdom teeth out, so she wasn't all swollen. In fact, I took her pictures on Friday and I sent them in. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I totally did that. So I'm looking at the paperwork, y'all. I'm looking at the paperwork, and it went from last week when I did all of this stuff, it's saying the original dermatologist, to giving me the name and location of a different doctor. And not only that, a different location that is like 40 minutes away. The original dermatologist was only a 18 to 20 minute drive. This new one was like 40 minutes away. And I'm thinking, what? Because I remember being in the doctor's office with my daughter and having them confirm that today was the day for her appointment and that we were going to go back to that same dermatologist. So I'm like, what? Did I read something wrong? Did they say something in here that I didn't check? And I'm looking through all the paperwork. I'm like, no, like it literally randomly, like overnight changed. And so now I'm like, I double checked so that when I call, I can be like, there's something wrong. What is going on? Well, as I'm looking for the phone number to call, I get a phone call from the dermatologist's office. I'm going to shorten it. Basically, the assistant, when she made that appointment like 5 months ago, she actually herself put in the wrong location. And she didn't figure it out until today. And so she was calling me to say, well, it is a longer drive for you. So if you'd like, we can do a Zoom call for you. I'm like, what? Okay. First of all, and y'all, I was so mad. I was livid. I was like, oh my gosh, not only did I have issues with the dentist for my poor child on Friday and Saturday, now I have issues with her dermatologist. Like, can you please stop with these medical errors? Like, you should be double checking, like, what is going on? And I was upset. I mean, I wasn't yelling at her, but I was telling her, I'm so upset. This appointment was made 5 months ago and you are just now telling me about this. And she's like, well, I did have a cancellation this morning for the original doctor. If you would like to come in at 9:30, y'all, she called me at 9:07. I told her my daughter is still sleeping. I said she had to have a last minute wisdom teeth extraction of all 4 wisdom teeth. She was sleeping in until the very last moment, till I had to wake her up to get ready to go to the noon appointment. No, I cannot wake her up right now and us be there in 20 minutes. I'm sorry, but that is not going to happen. I said, and I told her, I said, look, it's not cool to have her be seen by one doctor who knows her history, who's seen her skin, and then go and see a different doctor who hasn't seen her skin, who hasn't had a rapport with my child already. So I was like, the whole point of us going there was to be able to have somebody consistently taking care of her issue. Like, that is just not going to fly with me. And I said, when does the doctor have another appointment available? They told me 3 or 4 months out. I'm like, are you kidding me? No. So I told them, I said, fine, I'll go to the other doctor 40 minutes away because my daughter was already upset that she had to wait another 5 months to see her again. I'll just go see this doctor. Okay. So then it's So now I'm upset because not only did they change things on me and all that stuff that I told you already, but now I have to wake my daughter earlier for her to get ready for us to drive 40 minutes to the doctor. Oh my gosh. So I wake up my daughter early and I tell her this. And I tell her, I did try to advocate for you, but they didn't have anything available. So I'm so sorry. We're going to have to drive farther. We have to leave earlier. And I said, but I did fight for you, sweetie. I did give her a piece of my mind. And she kind of laughed and she's like, okay. She's such a good girl. She's so good-humored, well, good-natured. Excuse me. So we're getting ready, right? And I texted my husband, I'm livid, telling him what happened, right? I'm like, I'm seeing red. Oh, why is this happening all this whole weekend? What is up with medical personnel this weekend? So thankfully, as we're getting ready, I get a phone call from the dermatologist office again, and they told me the doctor is willing to see you at noon today still. Do you want to come at noon to the original place with the original dermatologist? I'm like, yes, thank you. So we go there. Y'all, I had a feeling that the doctor must have heard how upset I was. I'm sure her assistant told her. And sure enough, when we get there, they come out and tell me, because like we got there like before 11:40, which was check-in time. Okay, I got there before 11:40 for check-in time, and we're sitting there, and the time's ticking, and then noon comes along, and I'm like, okay, I bet you anything the doctor is like seeing us during her lunch break or something because of how upset I was, and she's fitting her in some sort of slot. And so sure enough, like a little bit later, I don't know, maybe close to 12:10, the assistant comes out. She says, we're so sorry, the other patients came late, so then everything is backed up. She got double booked. And I'm thinking she didn't get double booked. She probably just double booked me because she wanted to appease me, which was very kind of her. So she hands me 3 vouchers, and she says, but you know what, to make your time better, here are 3 vouchers. They were like $6.50 each, so it's like almost $20. She says, go ahead and go to the cafeteria, get yourself something to eat. You can even bring it back up here and y'all can eat here as you wait. And I asked her, I said, well, about how long is the wait going to be? She's like, about 30 minutes. And I'm like, okay. And then Odette's like, Mom, if we'd gone to the other doctor, would we have already been seen? I was like, maybe, I don't know. But I was just so annoyed, y'all. So we go, and of course, Odette's just had her wisdom teeth out, and like there's like a smorgasbord of like yummy food and yummy smells at the cafeteria, but because she just had her wisdom teeth out, she can't have any of it. She can't have any of it. There was like this pizza, and both her and I looked at the pizza, we're like, oh my gosh, that looks so yummy. So she got herself some like sparkly water and an ice cream. But as we're at the checkout, they call us up and they're like, hey, we're ready for you. I was like, we're at the cafeteria. We'll be there as soon as possible. So anyways, we get there and the doctor, we do the appointment. Everything's great. Get her medication refills, stronger medications for her. And the doctor does say, last night the other doctor called me and said, hey, I'm looking over my patients and it looks like I have one of your patients. What happened here? So there was like a mistake, which the assistant had told me that she had done the mistake. And so the original doctor said, it's, we got to make this right. And so she did make it right. And so it did end up working out. Unlike the dental office, which did nothing to help me. So I still have to go in there in person and yell at them and get the right documents. They actually sent me an email today saying, oh, your opinion matters to us, Odette. Please take our survey. And I'm like, yeah, you're going to hear from me. You're going to hear from me. But I do want to go there in person because even though I was able to get her meds and everything, I still want her actual paperwork because I don't have her paperwork. It's like some random person's paperwork for my records. I want Odette's paperwork. So anyway, you guys, I know there are so many people that need to be seen, so it can get hectic and crazy. But I will tell you that the medical side versus the dental side, the medical side really did good on us. They righted their wrongs. They were able to get us in. They gave us vouchers and they apologized profusely. At the dental office, I didn't get any of that. I got from the dentist himself said, sorry for the wait. That was it. The dental assistant did not apologize. The receptionist did, but they didn't try to do anything kind. They didn't say, hey, how about we drop $100 off your fee? Because yeah, we paid a pretty penny for those wisdom teeth extractions, which was I going to say, no, I'm not going to pay it and I'm going to leave? No. But it would have been nice if because I know that they can. It's a private practice. He could have easily said, I'm going to take off 100, even just $100. 2 or 3 would have been better, but no, I didn't get any of that. I got an email saying, tell us how we did. Well, I'm going to tell you how we did. How y'all did. But anyways, I'm usually so positive, y'all, and I'm so sorry that recently you guys have heard like these stories of mine. But that's life. And tell me your stories in the comments of any medical or dental mishaps that have happened to you, and how did you handle them, or how did they handle it? Did they give you vouchers? Did they apologize? Did they not? Yeah. So anyways, wronged by medical personnel and righted by one. So anyway, that's my story for today. Y'all, if I didn't say who I was, I'm sorry. I'm Lehilina, your friendly pharmacy influencer. Yeah, I'm usually pretty friendly. And today, everything turned out really well. So I'm so glad. On Saturday, I was crying. Today, I was happy. And in fact, we weren't able to get all of the vouchers the first time. So after Odette's appointment today, we went back to the cafeteria, and she's so sweet. She got some treats for her sister and brother, so she's so sweet. Anyway, that's it, y'all. Have a good night. Thank you so much for being here with me at Late Nights with Lehilina. Again, I'm Lehilina, your friendly pharmacy influencer, and as always, there's my link. We have some amazing products, and our whey protein is back in stock, so make sure to check it out. I believe there is a limit of 2 per order. So anyways, check it out. It's amazing. And I hope y'all have a wonderful night. And I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Bye.